Uh, What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Bevarse Batch. Today, we have a topic suggested by what is this, our unofficial fourth co-host at this point, Ankit.
Yeah, he's
So,
pretty much a real co-host. 'Cause our
yeah,
actual co-host doesn't show up sometimes.
you can wait 5 minutes before roasting him.
No, no.
But so Ankit, you can do the topic. Just give everyone a brief run through, and yeah,
Yeah, so today we have the topic of the most rewatchable movies, and these movies are just something that we watched like a lot, or some things that we always can go back to. They don't have to be the most serious or most groundbreaking movies. They can just be entertaining and what we had the most amount of memories with.
should we just start listing off fucking Three Akram's Wikipedia page, like one
That's
by
pretty
one?
much that's pretty
Yeah.
much
It's
all of them. Up until like what? Up until like not
uh
everything was pretty much rewatchable.
yeah, up
Yeah.
until Ignatos,
Yeah,
yeah. But
literally, yeah.
I mean and that's basic, but outside of Three Akram, because obviously the classic answer is fucking Athardu, right? My TV made like millions off that shit. Athardu and One Mother Do. But I like Kick a lot. I think our group loves Kick. Like shit like Hum Bum Laga Denge or
I have that on my
Telugu Radu, like
yeah.
just you can literally find so much random shit every time you rewatch it. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
that's my yeah,
There's no way that movie's like scripted. I'm pretty
it's
sure
not
like Ravi Teja and Brahmanandam and Ali, like they all just came up with whatever the fuck was in their mind in the
dude.
moment.
Easily. That movie is like 90% improv. Like the only one that had a script was probably like Sham and Ileana.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like no way someone wrote to Dr. Abali.
Yeah.
No one wrote that.
No one wrote it's just impossible. How do you can you imagine showing up on set and the script says like
Like perform this.
yeah, like eat a banana, like choke on a banana.
Yeah.
But that's one that I point out, and I know it's a common choice, so you guys can go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, so one from the same director, like I'll just stick with it because it's the same guy, Surrender Reddy.
yeah,
Race Gurum is another one that he directed that is like hella rewatchable. I love that movie from the first time I saw it, but the comedy scenes and even some of like the fight scenes and stuff were like kind of cool in that movie. So like I rewatched like a bunch of that movie like all the time.
And having
yeah.
Kill Bill Pandey definitely helps too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I think Kill Bande sealed the deal that it was like a classic like comedy to watch.
There's a line in the movie when Shivaredi sees Brahmanandam, and he goes, "Yeah, what did I do?" He's like, "Back choose a municipality, front choose the worst personality." It's such a such a funny fucking dialogue. I love Race Coram. I think
Yeah.
like literally the movie's already really good. And the last 15 minutes fucking elevates it to another level of amazing. Like I think the first half is pretty underrated. Like the Spandana scenes, making Shruti Hassan, who can't act, having her character not act is a genius move.
Yeah. Even that same scene when Brahmanandam's like, Happy Diwali. They
Yeah.
And obviously Allu Arjun's Devada,
yeah, that his like yeah. It was all good. Yeah, I love that movie.
fun fact, at one point in time, Akil used to watch every Saturday or like every weekend.
Riz Gurum.
That's why I can't rewatch that shit. I watched it too many times. I don't even know why I watched it. I thought like All Origin shirts were sick. The like the
Yeah.
buttons and shit.
Like those like wooden buttons or whatever he had.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Ankit.
So, another movie from Ravi Teja, I think is really rewatchable and funny is Mirpakai. Like, that's also a classic. Like his comedy with Ali, his comedy with Brahmaji, just comedy with everybody actually. Fish Venkat, everybody in the movie is just too clowny. Like that movie's crazy.
Yeah, I love Merp too.
You
That's
forgot
one
one
of the
Who? Oh,
which one?
Abba.
Oh, karate.
Karate Kalyani.
Karate. Chop
Yeah, no,
chop.
I love that movie too. But I would say of like all Ravi Teja's like filmography, it's like a little bit lower. Like there are other movies that I have on my list, like Kick, for example, I would put above Mirpakai for my like rewatchability. But yeah, Mirpakai is definitely like one of his like good ones, comedy
Yeah.
wise.
Ravi Teja just has dude, honestly, I think Mirror Guy is more like very hot take. I think Mirpakai is more rewatchable than Venki, and the reason I say that is
Oh,
because
never heard
because
of that.
the second half in Venki is not the best. Once they get to the academy, it's like
Yeah,
it's okay, right? The train sequence are amazing, but like the second
yeah,
half of Venki and my like when they try to like show the story and shit, I think it goes a little bit too dramatic.
yeah,
Whereas Murpakai like literally has no story until the last like 5 minutes when Prakash Raj, who's in Bangkok, like shows up to India.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
I think like it's just the first half of Venki is just so freaking iconic and crazy
yeah,
that it just like that's like one of my all-time favorites from Rautejo. Like every single dialogue in that movie is still repeated like today by everybody or like
yeah,
known by everybody. Like it's so prevalent in today's society still, even though the movie came out like 20 years ago or whenever it came out.
The train
Yeah,
scene too.
the trains, exactly, yeah, and all the
that's what
dialogue.
he's talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even like I saw like they re-released it like a couple months ago or something. And dude, like I saw some videos of the people in theater, like they were just like reciting the dialogues like as the movie was running. Like it's just like iconic dialogues, dude. Yeah,
yeah, the
from
movies.
Washington DC.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops. Kapal in the kama. Like the fucking
Yeah.
the I like dude, Rohit is a gold mine. Fucking Dubai Sinu is one of my
Dubai
favorites.
Sino,
Like
yeah, I love Dubai Sino.
Dubai Sinu is amazing. Like fucking
Yeah.
cool Raki, cool. Like there's so many crazy memes.
Yeah. Oh my. Essentially, like in Dubai Sino, they use the same how they get like
Cast.
fucked over by someone concept. In
Yep.
Venki, they get fucked over by I think Bhagwan Krishna. Is that it? Krishna Bhagwan? They
Same
get fucked
guy.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get fucked over by him. No, but in the second one, they get fucked over by Venumadhav in Dubai Sino.
But
But then
Krish,
Krishna Bhagwan still fucks them over like afterwards.
yeah, that movie's so good. Like
Yeah.
Sunil is so good in it. They even have like the Salman Khan spoof in the climax. Do
Which
you
one?
remember that? MS Narayana plays Salman Khan basically. It's like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Firestar
sounds
Love or whatever.
Firestar Ball or something. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he's he's like it's like Janelia lookalike but
yeah.
I was scared as shit of that villain though. Like Jinabai, that shit was he's
Yeah.
crazy.
Loki, the story gets kind of serious in that. Like once they
Yeah.
actually reveal what the story is, like that whole flashback sequence, because you know they're dying, and it's just like building anxiety. Like it's like when are they gonna kill them? When are they gonna kill them? And then they actually show it.
The movie, yeah, the movie actually gets pretty gory at times, like
Yeah.
surprisingly, like the yeah. But I think like once again, a lot of these movies you rewatch for comedy scenes, like I'm not gonna rewatch like Venki fully, like you said. I'll watch the first
Yeah.
half and then stop. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. If we're talking about fully rewatching films, like more than half my list is gone. Like I
Yeah.
don't, I rarely fully rewatch films. I just rewatch parts or like first half hour, second half hour, like whatever. Like I rewatch like portions like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like a good amount, like if we rewatch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's just so many fucking movies, dude. Anything like Sino Vaitla made, like I mean, I don't even talked about like
All the old Srinu Vailu movies,
yeah,
they're all
like
so
we
really
talked
good.
about Dubai Sinu, Venki, like D. I don't revisit D as much, but people
Oh,
like D as
I
well.
watch the comedy scenes all the time. I love them.
D.
Brahmi
What
is
else? It's
goated in that movie, dude. In D, like
who?
Brahmi and
Oh yeah.
like Manch Vishnu are goated like combo in that movie.
Yeah. Manju Vishnu has some sleeper like bangers, actually.
Yeah,
Like
like
Dusakalta, like
he's really good at comedy. Like he
he
has very,
is.
very good timing.
Yeah, don't tell him that. His ego's already through the fucking roof.
It's not like he's gonna listen to this.
Yeah, Snow Babu, dude. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, one like my most rewatched movie of all time is like it's probably like Jalsa. I think like
Yeah,
Jalsa, Kaleja, Afterdo are my trinity, and and then One Mother Do and Malishwari, like those five. But Jalsa is like, dude, the movie literally doesn't have a story, right? Like you can rewatch the whole thing and skip like 25 minutes, the Naxalite flashback, and which is even the climax when he's fighting Mukesh Rishi, it's still like it's still like very like you don't feel like he's threatened, you know.
yeah,
So I love that.
yeah. I think
Another,
to that list. Oh, go ahead, I'm good.
oh, I was just gonna say like another movie that has no real story is SVSC. Like
Mhm.
I watch that movie all the time
Yeah,
just because like it's such a like watchable movie. Like there's like no conflicts, no nothing, but it's just like so wholesome, I guess you could say, like
like
to watch.
feel
Yeah,
good film.
feel good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the first non like ratchet movie that's been mentioned.
that we've mentioned. Yeah, no, that's a really good feel good. Like there's no like bad in that movie. Like essentially there's no villain in that movie other than like Rao Ramesh, I guess, but he's not really a villain.
The
It's
pool
just
torta,
what is it?
the pool torta that he kicks.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Pula Kunde, you mean, not the torta.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. But like yeah, there's no like there's no yeah, there's no like bad aspects of that film and you can watch it, any point to like, if you're in a bad mood or something, you turn it on, like it definitely will like, lift you up. But to like previously to the list that you mentioned, Akil, like I think I would take all those movies like Atudu Kaleja, Jalsa, Noon Aakha Chao, Maleshwari, and I would add like Pokeri to it also.
Oh,
Just because, like, yeah, Pokeri, like, I don't watch, I never saw Pokeri again for the comedy. Like, the comedy is good and all, like with Brummy and like the beggar stuff. It's like whatever. But I would rewatch all the hype scenes in it because, like, they're just so, like, it just like kind of like hits you like no matter how many times you watch it like the hype is still there and like for example like that a climax when he's running out of the car and they reveal to like all the villains that he's the undercover guy, right? Like that never goes away. Like I still get like chills every time I watch that.
Krishna
Oh,
Manohar, IPS.
yeah, exactly. The whole like elevation scene at the end, like, and there's multiple points through the whole movie that like still like get me like chills and stuff like to this day. So like that's one movie that like I would rewatch for that aspect and not like the comedy like that we've mentioned before.
yeah, I think take out the comedy and it's still like a standalone movie that like is
Yeah,
really good. Like it's thrilling, like the
yeah,
character, like the Bond till today, like everybody like still remembers all his dialogue. So it's like that
yeah.
type of characterization, like the action sequence, like everything about it, like even without the comedy, it's such a rewatch movie.
Ni babu nirod varas. Crazy dialogue.
Dude, dialogues are insane in that movie.
I know if Abby was here, he would say businessman,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, Businessman for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no,
That's a movie that has like really good dialogues too,
yeah.
Businessman.
I mean, we have the re-release video up if you guys want to watch on our YouTube.
Yes,
Like
go watch that.
people just like spam the dialogues in the theater left and right. But yeah, so I guess in that vein, if we're talking about like movies outside of comedy, because obviously, you don't just rewatch movies for that, like not Telugu, but I've rewatched the KGF like climax scene when he comes out of the water and like slashes Garda's head off so many times. Um, just because of like the hype that scene brings. I know you guys didn't like it, but like that scene
Yeah.
in general has like a separate fan base. Like when the trumpets they start beating the drums and Rocky Bai is walking out of the water. It's
Yeah.
just like such a sick fucking scene. Like I
The
love the best
BGM
elevations.
like in that scene is sick. I love
Yeah.
that. I love the BGM of KGF, but specifically for that scene, I think he went off.
Yeah, no, that scene like tied the entire movie together. Like I watched that and like I think I watched the second half of KGF one a good amount every now and then, but like the first half is like I don't know, I don't really revisit it with the heroine stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's once he gets to the gold mines when the movie starts getting like super lit. So
yeah.
I like that. But yeah, definitely agree on I don't think I've rewatched Pokeri, but I've rewatched Okudu a lot. A
Mm,
lot.
yeah. Okuda's on my thing for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's like it combines action, it combines romance, and like there's
Yeah,
subtle comedy in it. Nothing like
yeah.
vulgar or like loud comedy, but yeah. Yeah.
I think one movie that you
Another.
guys really haven't.
Oh, go ahead, go
Oh,
ahead.
go yeah, one movie that you guys like is in the same vein and like same director, but like you guys haven't mentioned that I watch a lot is July.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
July, yeah, yeah,
I love July.
yeah. July is good. Again, for the comedy. Like I only
Yeah.
watch comedy scenes in July. Um, but one and back to the feel good genre, like one that I have on my list is Happy Days. I've seen
Mm.
Happy Days a lot, and this is one of those films that I have rewatched completely, like beginning to end, like multiple times, not just like specific scenes, because the whole movie is just like feel good, like from beginning to end. Like there's no like down points or like boring spots, like in my opinion, like because I watched it like as a kid and like I just grew up kind of watching it, so like I just love that movie. Um, and I would say most of Shaker Khan's movies, like Happy Days is one. Another one, like I haven't seen it as many times, but Anand, like when I was like really young, like I would watch Anand a lot. And then Godavari too. Like Godavari, like I would watch all the time as well, like when I was younger. So those three, like from Shaker Kamla, like I would say like are like really good feel good films that like are my go-to ones if I like want like a pick me up or something.
Yeah, Happy Days is almost 3 hours long, but like you don't
Yeah.
feel it.
You
And
don't
that's the
feel
craziest
any of
part.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Happy Days is like really good. This Shaker Kamala fucking fell off, dude. Like he's made some trash over the last few years. Like Anamika, like who asked you to remake Kahani? Like who asked
Or
you to?
love story.
Yeah, love story. Like I hope
Yeah.
his next movie is good, but I think one movie that's feel good that I rewatch. I love Manam, and I love the Nagarjuna and Shreya track. You know,
Mm,
like when
yeah.
she sees him at the wedding, it's like just such good acting. Like the Manam just such does such a great job at like playing with your emotions, like making you happy, making you sad, making you feel good at the end of the movie. And it's like the only time Akhil Babu has been crazy in a movie.
He has like what one shot
Yeah, he
movie.
peaked. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he peaked there. But
He
like
was
all
hyped
the
in season three.
generations, yeah, it's such a good like Monum is once in a lifetime movie. Honestly, like I
Yeah.
don't think we'll ever see something like legendary actors plus Naga Chaitanya in like one movie. You know, like a whole family in one fucking movie. Like
Yeah.
just like we're never gonna see that again. Like unless Chiranjeevi, Varun Tej, Pawan Kalyan, Ram Charan do some crazy shit, we won't see that again. So
Yeah.
Don't worry, we
Yeah,
had our
no, it's
choice
crazy
with that.
how they got like the whole generational thing to work like that from one
yeah,
family. But yeah, personally, like I haven't seen Munham as much. I know it's like loved by like a lot of people, but
yeah,
I saw it once and then maybe like some scenes like afterwards, but I never like rewatched it fully, I think, from the first time.
yeah. You should maybe revisit it because I think it's genuinely like such a complete movie. If I know, yeah,
Yeah. No, I know I loved it when I first saw it, but yeah.
yeah,
For me, one of the best parts of Manam was like Nagarjuna and his bonding with Naga Chaitanya and Samantha. Like him, like with Samantha especially, like him like feeling like the mom character, like you could actually feel it. Like even though like Samantha is younger than him and technically like yeah, whatever happened, like their chemistry as like a quote unquote mom and dad, mom and son, like sort of like friendship, like that, like really good. Like I thought it was done amazing.
Mm, yeah. I
trying to
guess
think.
this is like I guess like same vibe, I guess, like feel good, but like also kind of emotional, you could say. I rewatched like a few Nani films like for that aspect. Like Jersey or like even Gang Leader. I know Gang Leader has like a lot of like comedy in too, but it's also like very, very like feel good and emotional. Those are two of some of my like favorite movies from him. Hi Nana recently, yeah, but I think I've only seen it like twice in total, and I don't plan on watching it more than that because it's just like too heavy, I guess. But yeah, like Jersey and especially Gang Leader, like I've seen like many, many times. Which is like it's just like kind of like if you want to look really good, like deep, in-depth film, I think like those are like really good for that.
Yeah, I like. I don't think I'll ever revisit Jersey again, just because like I know how it ends. I know it's like a heavier movie, but like same with Hainana. Like I'll show that movie to people, but like I'm never gonna willingly put myself to that fucking
Yeah,
emotional blender of a movie, right? Like
yeah,
no chance. But two Nani movies I love, like you said, Gang Leader, but
mm,
Bale Bale is
yeah.
hilarious.
I was
Like
just waiting for one of you to say it.
the rewatch value is through the roof with that. Like Naresh and like Murli Sharma, Vanilla Kishore Nani, like
Yeah,
insane rewatch value in my opinion. And
yeah.
same with Bila Zamindar. Um,
I was gonna say that, but yeah,
yeah, yeah, like such a strong supporting cast and everyone's hilarious. Like, I don't count you guys Nani's movie. Like, I mean, yeah,
I
but
don't,
that's
I don't,
yeah.
yeah,
So excluding those two are like I think extremely rewatchable because they're so hilarious, but they're also heartwarming too.
yeah. And maybe this could be on like some people's list too, like Ala Modlandi, but
Yeah,
personally, I haven't seen it more than one time, so I can't say I rewatch it, but I know a lot of people like love it and have watched it many, many times. I don't know if you guys like have seen it more than once.
yeah, I have, but I'm like very vocal about liking that movie. I don't know if Ankit has
I watched like recently, like rewatched. I
recently.
like this might be controversial, but I do like the watching Artists on the Run-Key. Like I like the way that the story, like the screenplay is so like really like interestingly written that I think like on rewatches, like it's just so like cool to see how he did it. Like the director, like how he was able to really like talk about so much stuff before actually getting to the meat of the plot. But then like you're still hooked the entire time. Like I still watch that movie just for that.
I've only seen it twice, and the second time was because I was showing it to, like watching with other people. But yeah, no, I can see how this is a rewatchable because there's a lot you could miss in the first time. That because I noticed that because when I watched the second time, I was like, oh, I didn't notice this in the first time. Now I'm noticing it. Or like I didn't catch this joke the first time, but now I'm catching it the second time. So yeah, there's a lot in that movie that you can catch if you rewatch it.
Also in like the feel good genre type, I don't know if this is allowed. I mean, I know Keel said KGF, but this is like a Tamil movie. It's dubbed into Telugu, but most like Telugu people like recognize it as its own. It's a Raghuvar and B-Tech. I think like I've rewatched that movie like so many times just because it's so feel good, but also like in the second half like it gets emotional and like it's just an all around completely like good movie, I feel.
Yeah, I've only seen that once personally. I've never
Yeah,
revisited.
seen it like two, three times, but I don't revisit it just because like the mom death is a little like it's like I don't know, it's a little heavy, and
It
I'm
gets
just like
heavy.
it's such a
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lighthearted movie up until then, so I'm just like okay, maybe I would watch like the first half comedy, but yeah, I know a lot of people find that rewatchable, but one movie that one movie that I had on here was damn, can't believe I lost my train of thought, but I think it's okay, this wasn't it, but this is another one, but Shivaji, like the Rajinikanth movie.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like I've rewatched that movie so many times.
Mhm.
It's like the perfect like obviously it's aged really badly, especially with like Rajinikanth lightening his skin. But like from a commercial standpoint, like the Mirchi scene, like the Mirchi Bhaji scene, or like Nana, Pandale, like you know those kind of dialogues, like the Gundu Boss at the end, like it's
Yeah.
a gift that keeps on giving, bro. Like such a good commercial movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen it more than once, but yeah, I know that Shivaji obviously is like an all-time classic that people love. If we're gonna stick with like I guess like action-ish, type of genre, like I would say Mirchi is one that I've rewatched many times, and not because of like there's like some comedy here and there that Brahmi has, but not because of that. I think it's just like very powerful dialogues and very powerful action, and just like the way Prabhas is also in the film is like kind of charming. So when you rewatch it, it's just like it doesn't feel like you're going through like heavy emotions or heavy like action or anything. It feels light, even though the stuff you're seeing is like Prabhas like nutting people, with like Cthulhu and stuff. But yeah, like that one dialogue, obviously like we like the pyramid dumb dude, like it's like a really good dialogue that they bring back in the climax and in the beginning also. Yeah, so like Mirchi like is like hella rewatchable in my opinion.
You don't like the Love Boy comedy?
Love boy, yes. Now family safe.
The thing with the
Yeah.
movie is like
Crazy.
it's not the most unique one. Like in Telugu cinema, we've seen the try to convince the family to like you trope,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But it's just the way that Prabhas does it, like with such like you're saying charm and ease that like it makes it so believable and different, other than like a Ready or something along those lines.
yeah. And I think it's
Why the
just
fuck is
that,
just already?
No, I'm saying like I think like that way like is very funny, but like what we were saying is like even regard like taking out the humor part, like it's just done so well, the story, like the screenplay, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
writing.
There's also proper emotion in it. Like
Yeah.
the action also has like really good emotion, which is why it's rewatchable. Like for example, like the scene in the middle, like when he's in the flashback and like some guy comes to their house and like Bedouin choose like his dad and like he's about to leave and then Prabhas sees that and runs after them. Like I love that scene. Like not because like oh the action's cool. No, it's because of like the emotion behind the action, like what's going on. Obviously background music and everything like DSP killed it. So like there's just several moments like that, like action wise in that film that I rewatch just because like you connect with the emotion in it and it just pays off like really well too.
Yeah. Darling's also one of those, like in Prabhas's filmography, that has a lot of rewatch value.
Mhm.
Maybe the first half not so much, but the second half
Yeah,
when they're
second
all in
half
the
for
same
sure.
house. Yeah.
Second
But
half for
I remembered what I was gonna say. I gotta give a shout out to the washed up king himself, Siddharth, with Bomrilu and
Amarillo.
Nuwastanardin at the yeah, like that duo pack, and
Yeah,
then vanish into thin air. But
yeah,
both those movies are. I think I've rewatched Bomrilu significantly more, but even
yes.
Nuwastanardin is like
Amarillo.
worth the rewatch. But Bomrilu is just like for a movie that came out in like me and Ankit rewatched recently, but for a movie that came out, I think like maybe 20 years ago,
28, 2008, I think.
2000, okay, like 15 years ago or 16 years ago, holy shit, it holds up better than most of the stuff we get today, which is
I haven't
embarrassing.
rewatched it in a long
Yeah.
time.
And like tells you that stands a test of time. You got to rewatch that. Shit's so funny. Like,
I mean, all that with the fact that there's no fights in it too. It's like purely just off of comedy, like characters, like the story, like everything is so great about it.
Yeah, no, there was a time in like I don't know when what I was like fifth grade or whatever what I was in that time period. Dude, that used to be playing in my house like 24/7. Like the songs and like the film itself just running in the background like 24/7. So yeah, that movie I rewatched a lot. Like yeah, more than Noah Dana for sure.
yeah, just because Noah and then it gets like super senti in the second half when he
Yeah.
goes to the village and shit. But I think like Bomerilu is a classic, and
Yeah.
it always will be. I don't think. Yeah, I mean the director's name was fucking Bomerilu Bhaskar, right? Like it's not gonna be called
I mean,
Most
he's like
Valuable
a
Bachelor, but
one-hit wonder. He never had
two hit,
anything
three hit
close,
wonder.
I guess, but he never had anything close to Bomerilu level since Bomerilu.
Yeah. Even Bargu was like several levels below it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then you know, I think Jatiratnalu and then Agent Sai Srinivas Atreya from like newer generation heroes. Those two are very, very rewatchable movies. And VD obviously has given us like Belly Chupalo and Taxiwala, which I think are rewatchable. I don't know if people do rewatch Arjun Reddy, but like it's 3 hours and like
It's
it's an
not really
emotional
it.
journey. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't, but
Um,
yeah.
I haven't rewatched any of those personally, but they are all like really, really good movies.
You
Like
haven't
I
seen the
haven't
Priyadarshi comedy scenes again?
no, no, no. Oh, Jonathan, yes, but I haven't rewatched Agent Size Universe after the first time. I
Oh,
haven't rewatched Taxiwala after the first time. Pelijupalu, I think I've seen maybe like one more time other than the first time, but that's it. Um, yeah, but then like another movie, I guess like in that same batch, like it kind of belongs there is like Ina Grande Game Indie. I
yeah.
rewatched Ina Grande Game Indie a lot. Like I rewatched the whole thing like maybe three times because I was just watching with other people each time. Well, the first time I saw it myself, and the next couple times I like showed it to people. But like the comedy scenes in that film, especially like when they go to Goa, like I love that all that stuff in Goa. Like I think it's just such a breeze. Like when they get to Goa, like all the scenes just kind of like flow, and it's just like a feel good thing. Like it feels like you're like hanging out with those guys. Like when you have that like movie playing. So yeah, that's why I love United.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a movie about like it gives you the emotion of like feeling like just hanging with your boys. So it's
Yeah,
like even if you haven't been like something that crazy, like waking up and go one day and then losing a ring or whatever, like just something that happened in your life that oh yeah, this reminds me of like the energy we used to have. Like it just gives you that like nostalgic vibe.
yeah, yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
I do rewatch like you guys were talking about like Billy Tupu like I think it's like a perfectly rewatchable movie and I actually do like rewatch Arjun Reddy because I think like I just really like how the way the story is like narrated. Like I just like I think the movie is like really cool in terms of the fact that like it doesn't uh do like four or five genres at once. It's mostly like a one genre movie. So I really like that.
He's your inspiration, right?
No, 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 no.
This guy said, I can't take any of his video appearances opinions seriously after he said that VD was a better actor than Bullshitty. I had to stop
Oh
what I was
my
doing and just
God.
look at him in the face.
That is so cap.
Nah, I fuck with
How do you
VD.
think he's a better actor than fucking Naveen, man?
I think the
The guy
range
hasn't
that he
seen
showed in
AIB or
Arjun
anything.
Reddy, like
Yeah, he can. Have you seen AIB?
You think he can't pull off something like Arjun Reddy? Bro,
He
that's
can
not that hard to pull
easily
off.
tell VD to pull off Atreya.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I'd love to, or Jati now. I'd love to see him
Yeah,
try.
or Jonathan like that. Yeah, yeah. If VD was given a comedy role, I think he would like people would find out this guy can't act
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they found out in fucking like
in Kushi itself.
like Liger Gita Govindam. Yeah, like the Madam Madam.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that besides that terrible take, there's like there's movies obviously which sucks now is like people don't produce rewatchable movies anymore. Literally all of our examples are pre 2000s like commercial cinema, and then some outliers here and there. But in the same vein, like movies like Ready, like Muska, like
Yeah.
Nitin movies like Sai,
Hmm.
or not Nitin movie, Rajamouli movies Sai, like movies like these back in the day, like all like ample little bit of everything. And I think now it's more of like think about the most prolific movies that have come out like recently. Like people say Mahanati Rangastam. These aren't movies you can really rewatch,
They're not
but they're
rewatchable.
pushing barriers. Yeah.
I do rewatch.
Like
I forgot to mention Mahanati. I think I
how do you
definitely
rewatch that? The movie's depressing as hell.
I've seen it twice. I've seen it once and then twice again because I was watching it with other people, but that's it. I can't rewatch Mahanati. Like I would
Yeah.
never like sit down and be like, today's a Mahanati day and like turn it
that's
on.
crazy.
You want to send yourself into depression? Yeah, I mean put it on if you want, but
Yeah. I guess one or two that are like very like recent that I've rewatched a lot. One more recent, but like Tilu, like I've seen Tilu like at least a few times, like complete beginning to end. And then just the comedy scenes I've rewatched like many times. And then also Mad. Mad I've seen like beginning to end like a few times. And then comedy scenes just have like running in the background or something. Those two movies I love from recent times.
Mad's funny. I think if we're talking about recent times, I know you didn't like both of these movies. I don't know, maybe not hated, but Bhishma is so stupid that it's funny, and like
I don't
the
get it.
rewatch, yeah, it's just like for me at least, it's so rewatchable. Like the jokes, like they're so dumb, but they surprise me every time. And then Samajavargamana, like I think both of those movies have like humor where you just like leave your brain at home and just enjoy like a movie without a story, basically,
Yeah.
just there to entertain you and then leave and do its job. And both of those movies, like I think will hold a place in like streaming as people's go-to. Same with DJ Tilu and Jati Ratnalu. Like the sector of like dumb movies that are just funny and you
Yeah.
don't watch them for the plot.
Yeah. I don't know how Tillu 2 is gonna turn out, but I hope it doesn't
It's
like ruin the Tillu name. That's all I
the
hope.
trailer scared me because it was all just references to the first one.
Yeah, they always mention it like, oh, you already did this in the first one. Why are you doing it again? Like it's like that type of a vibe, the whole trailer. So that's why I hope it's not like a rehash of the first one, like similar story, but like new jokes. Like, like I hope it's not that.
I hope he didn't sign the movie just to like just make out with his co-star. That's all that was there in the trailer. It was not a joke or anything. I was like, dude, what is this?
Yeah. That
I
trailer
can't
was
take my
very good.
parents there for
But
sure.
then again, like the first, if I like DJ Tillu was the trailer was also mid. Like it wasn't like anything
Yeah,
crazy like in the trailer. But I
yeah.
still
I
see some ratchetness and I was like, there's something here. And then we ended up going first day first show.
The first movie, like it might have been like a lightning in a bottle moment. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
definitely was. Definitely was.
yeah, maybe it was just like all the like factors just lined up
Yeah,
correctly for
it
it to
all lined
work.
up.
We
Yeah.
might like it might be DJ Tilo 2 that we see that oh okay, there's just one time that like it just happened.
Yeah. I
people
mean,
are
this one,
forgetting that like Radhika actually has an impact. Like she's actually like a
yeah.
pretty big part of the first movie.
Yeah. I don't know how Anupama is, or I don't know what her character is going to be like in this, but it better not be a rehash of Radhika in the first one.
You want to be like Eagle character?
Oh, definitely no. Oh my God.
um, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think like we
Recent
ran
another I guess like because we've been getting a lot of like action films probably like I would say recently like from Tollywood or just India in general, but of most recent times like I've seen RR like quite a few times, again just
mm,
showing it to like people that want to watch it, but I've seen like both of like Ram Charan and NTR's entrances like multiple times because I love those two scenes. And then like small stuff like here and there throughout the film, like that I'll just, throw on or have it running. But yeah, I think of like all the action films that have come out recently, I would say like RR like I've seen like many, many times.
Speaking of Tagore, I think one movie that you guys failed to mention somehow of his is
Others,
Others.
I
Yeah.
knew it. I had it on mine.
because I can't finish others. Like it's a movie like it's super funny though, but
Others is too clowny. I
yeah,
would say
it's
I think like it might be NTR's like like best like not even comedy. It might be one of his best performances, like high key. Like
Yeah, I
it's
mean, Allu Arjun tried
so
doing
good.
that shit and look how it turned out.
Oh yeah, terrible, yeah. But also just the writing was so fucking good in others too. Like the writing in Allu Arjun's DJ sucked. That was terrible. But yeah, the writing and the jokes and the timing of like Allu Arjun and like Brahmi together was gold, pure gold.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Like NTR, Brahmanandam, like there's so many like Entrachari Japale that like there's so many like
Hmm.
crazy there's just so many like crazy scenes in that. And then I think yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of NTR because most of his movies are shit. Like no offense, Nicole, but like he does not have rewatchable movies. It's
Fine,
like
not here. Fine.
who's gonna watch like Samba and Naluru? Like who the fuck is gonna watch that? But one movie,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't watch.
honestly, from NTR's like filmography, I think Others was probably the one that I rewatched the most. And that was
yeah,
obviously because of the comedy.
I think yeah, and Nanak Premato maybe.
And
But
action wise, I could say like the action scene in Arvinda Sameta in the beginning, I rewatched that like many times because
oh
I think
yeah,
I just think it was like beautifully choreographed and like it just was sick like the way it was shot. Like Trikram went off like with that action scene. But yeah, other than like those two things, like I can't really think of anything in NTR's filmography that I rewatched so much.
I think one of the movies, and when this movie came out, like the trailer said celluloid entertainer. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And now I like understand what it means. It literally just has everything in it. And that movie, like
Arvinda
obviously it's
Sameta?
aged. No, no, like it's authentic already. Like obviously like there's some scenes
Uh,
like Bon kind of hitting the um comedians for every scene. Like yeah, it's aged badly, especially now that like MS Narayana has passed away and stuff. But the movie when it came out, like people are rewatching it all the time, including me, just because like that's it had literally everything in it. It was an industry hit at the time. So it's like
yeah.
hard to not rewatch it, you know. So
Yeah, I liked AD at the time, like when it came. I still like it now, but I liked it like a lot, like when it came out.
mhm.
Like again for the comedy, like I thought like it had like decent emotion too that you can connect to like with his Atta and stuff. But it was definitely like a little bit like dragged, like towards the end, especially the climax. I feel like was dragged with Atta, but no one
The
watches that
train
stuff.
station was crazy.
No one watches that stuff anyways. They all watch the comedy scenes in that movie, especially the Ahaliya Maikaralu scene, like in with Brahmi and stuff. Like it's like an outlet, like classic scene. But yeah.
Yeah. Swami
I'm
no Nadiki Pole, like I don't know, that's like a meme to show Samantha's acting.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked by you guys that you
Um,
haven't brought up this one.
what is it?
Uh, our Prabhas is one of his best performances. Bujigadu.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was literally on my list. Yes.
Katre.
I love Bujigadu.
You were looking for Buji?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That movie is so disgusting. I have to take a shower every time I watch it. It's so funny though.
Yeah, that movie's
Prabhas from that to Mirchi is like two different. Like Mirchi, he's like classy, and then yeah, like here he's like the most nasty. Like
yeah, I love how they made him like half Tamil. Like,
yeah,
like half his dialogues are in like boost Tamil. I love it.
Ponmagal Vanda.
the,
It's just crazy. He just starts
it's so
dancing
na
to
the other characters are so nasty too. They're like
Like
Unchigo,
Sunil. Yeah. Yeah, Sunil's too funny in that movie too.
no Tokyo Johnny. Is that his name?
Ali's name? Is that Ali's name?
No, no. It's like when he gets caught selling the phones, he's like Tokyo Johnny.
Oh,
Um, yeah, that movie's Puri Jagannath has some like rewatchable movies too. Like back in the day, like Ammanana Tamalamai,
yeah.
um,
Idiot. I forgot to mention.
Idiot. Yeah, yeah. I
I've seen
haven't.
it a few times.
Idiot's atrocious now in present day. Holy shit,
Oh, I haven't seen it recently, but I remember
so
back
bad.
when it came out, like I used to watch it a lot
Yeah, yeah. I used to watch Gabbar Singh a lot too because it was like once again huge hit at the time, and
in the comedy.
um, mhm. I watched I watched Dukru and Bacha comedy scenes a lot too.
Yeah.
Like the Sasi Pashi's shit, but Dukru gets way too like involved in the story sometimes, so I skip that. Same with Badshah, but the comedy is really good, and Brahmanandam saves both of those movies. Honestly, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah, Dokudu's story is pretty basic, and I didn't like Bacha's story at all. But the comedy is like what's good in both of those.
yeah, I mean those are like I think Srinu Vaitla and Triyakram take the cake for like the most rewatchable movies. They might not be the best movies, but like compared to like Sukumar and Rajamouli, for example, like these two have like movies that will stand the test of time in every household, on every TV during every pandaga, every
Yeah.
family gathering. Those movies will be on the TV without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, like I will never, like I probably won't rewatch most of Suku's movies or Rajamouli's. Like I won't rewatch it for entertainment. I'll rewatch it for the visual spectacle that they are. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Rajmouli's like, for example, like Bahubali, like I don't think I've revisited rewatching the entire thing, one or two, ever since
same.
I've watched scenes like 10 minutes of it, like not even like, half an hour or whatever. Like I watched scenes of it again, but I never saw the whole thing like fully after the theater experience.
Yeah.
This
But
one
oh, and
movie,
I guess like not like more recent also, but not like crazy amount of times. But I've seen Pushpa like I've seen Pushpa I think twice, like beginning to end. But I've seen like the particular scenes and like some dialogues and stuff like a lot of times. Like I love the interval scene in Pushpa and the climax. Like I love the dialogues in the climax. The climax itself is kind of questionable, but I love the dialogues. So I've seen like scenes of Pushpa like over and over again. But yeah, recent times, like I think Pushpa, RRR, that's really it. Like from the big high scale like action films.
this one movie is I don't know if you guys have actually seen it. It's a Tamil movie dubbed in Telugu. Um and it's called Yandavargani. It's by Gautam Menon. It has Ajit in it.
I don't think I've seen it.
It used to come out a lot on like I don't know if it's like Ma, Gemini, or Z, like one of those three like used to always play it. But yeah, I used to watch that a lot back in the day. It's like really rewatchable. I suggest you watch it. I think it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Who did we not
Yeah.
mention?
I don't.
Which
Um, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
That's pretty much my list. I think like there's movies to rewatch you can meme like Skanda and like movies like that, but I don't
God,
know.
I'm never watching that shit.
Oh, you guys
Well, once was enough.
you guys
Like
never
Video Rama, like just to cook it or Akanda, like Bollywood movies are separate fan base for rewatching and laughing at it with friends. But yeah, I mean I've pretty much said my list. There's some
Yeah.
like ratchet movies I won't even touch on, like Khatarnak, but I don't even know if one of our viewers knows what that movie is.
Well, I guess another big one we haven't mentioned is Shankar Dada. I love Shankar Dada. Like I would watch the comedy scenes all the time from that. Circuit and or Shrikant and Chiranjeevi are like too hype in that movie.
There's
ATM.
ATM, bro. Anytime
Anytime
murder.
murder.
Not Circuit, sorry, yeah, ATM. I got confused with the
You
fucking
Bollywood fanboy. What is this?
dude. No, you're the Shah Rukh Khan fan, not me. I've yet to watch Donkey. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's about all I have. I think like I said, the moral of the story is just like these movies may not be the best in terms of like technical production. Like I don't think any of these movies we listed we would keep in like best made movies, but like they're fun, they're good times, and they distract you from whatever's going on in life, no matter how hectic it is. And I think that's why like we give so much value to guys like Sinu Vaitla or Trivikram in their peak because they have the power to do that. And I'm hoping to see more movies from like budding actors like Naveen and these guys. Hopefully they can bring us more movies that'll age well in new age cinema. Lost all hope on our tier ones, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. If Ankit, unless you wanted to mention anything else.
I'm done with my list. So.
Oh, no
Oh,
Blade Babji, no Martakasa from you. None of that
Oh,
shit.
my bad, Blade PUBG.
No
Um,
Surigadu.
oh, Benda
Surigaru.
Paro, Benda
Oh,
Uh,
Paro.
Pendapura. Yeah, should we keep
Vendapura.
going?
Dongalabandi. That one's sleeper.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
dude,
the
Benda Paro is
EVV.
crazy.
Yeah, Surigadu is wild.
Kitakitalu. Oh my God.
Putare Kulu. Like, like they fucking torture that guy in Surigadu to watch like some parody of like some ETV serial.
Dude,
Have you
there's
seen Surigadu in a while?
I haven't, dude. I've seen it like once a long time ago.
Dude,
I think
watch
it
that
came
shit
on
tonight.
TV once when I was in India, and I saw it then, and that was it.
Dude, please watch either tonight or tomorrow with these guys. I promise you it's worth it.
Oh, Seema
No
Shastri
doubt.
too.
Oh yeah, Shiva Satri is a good one, dude. He has a new comedy coming out. I forgot. It's like Adi Matram Atakaddu or something like that.
Yeah, about his
Oh,
marriage or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
I saw
yeah,
the trailer. Teaser.
Awakati Chapanu or something like that.
Okkati Adaku, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, one of those.
But yeah, watch Surigaru and All in Orange is a gold mine, and that's why I didn't even mention him, just because he should be a given. Like him and Roy Teja are a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
All
for
right.
watching. Hope you guys connected with, some of our films that we mentioned and took you down memory lane. But yeah, these are our films that we love rewatching.
Yeah, if we're missing anything, let us know, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.